Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading for you today. It's Monday the 14th through to Sunday the 20th of October 2019. These are the cards. I often get asked what cards I'm using in the reading, so I'd like to show you the cards that I'm actually using for your reading. So we always start off with the weekly check-in where we look at the week ahead and we just look at kind of general things coming through, and we look at various areas concerning the week. And for that we use this top row of cards here. We use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. We use the Ancestor Path Tarot by Julia Kuchia Watts. We use the Tarot Grand Luxe and New deck by Chiro Marchetti. It's probably not so new, but definitely as mass marketed deck, it's fairly new. So Chiro Marchetti, the Tarot Grand Luxe. And we also use for your advice a new deck that was bought, the Tarot deck, Art of Life Tarot deck by Charles Livingston. This is a very kind of different tarot deck, because what this tarot deck, guys, does is it has the same 78 cards, but you've got quotes on each of the 78 cards. So that's why I'm using this. I don't use this in kind of readings, traditionally as cards for readings. I use these more as advice, which is really nice. For your second reading, where we look at the 10 card work area and the 10 card love area, we use my favourite card, my favourite deck of all, the Dark Mansion Tarot. Phenomenal, guys. We use this one here. And we are also using for your advice for love and money, Tea Leaf Fortune cards by Ray Hepburn, and also the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. Okay, enjoy your reading, guys. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. We're going to be doing the 14th through to the 20th of October 2019. We're going to be doing your weekly check-in reading first, then we're going to be looking at your love reading and, well, your work reading first, sorry, and then your love reading afterwards. Okay, I'm not going to be appearing directly on the reading this week. I just want to be able to show you guys the cards today. So, yeah, sit back and enjoy the reading. Okay, Cancerians, your cards are down. Let's have a look. So this week, Cancerians, you show as being the Seven of Swords, strategical. The Seven of Swords can be deceptive. It can mean that you're going underneath the radar. You might be sneaky. You might be spying with the Seven of Swords energy. You might be those. I'm not saying that you are sneaky, Cancerians, but the card really for me is all about careful planning and strategizing with the Seven of Swords energy. Let's have a look at what the situation is about. Oh, it's about a Queen of Swords. So this is an individual, possibly, or it's to do with direct communication. For me, with the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is a direct communication card, so she's often going to speak about what she feels and what she's, what her ideas are. She doesn't hold back. This lady never holds back in terms of what she says, so she's always going to be the honest card. You notice you've got a dishonest card sat next to an honest card, but also the Seven of Swords is all about being careful and being cautious. So perhaps you guys are being cautious in terms of what you're delivering, in terms of communicating, because this can easily be you as well, Cancerians. It doesn't have to be an individual. It could also be some of you guys are being very cautious and very wary. The Seven of Swords means to be wary. It could be off an individual here. So you might be wary and very cautious and wary regarding an individual here, a Queen of Swords. Or maybe this is regarding some form of communication that you may be giving to someone or someone's giving to you. What is it that you're trying to accomplish this week? The Seven of Wands. Okay, so I feel that you're trying to accomplish power. And I think that what you're trying to accomplish is the ability to take charge of a situation. And usually when you get the Seven of Wands, this means often that you have people who are your detractors. That's only one of the meanings, though, is the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is all about gaining the upper hand. So you're wanting to basically accomplish the upper hand in a situation. And that's why I think that this is a person. I think that you're being very cautious and very wary, Seven of Swords energy. I also think that you're being quite secretive this week. And I think it's got to do with an individual here. I think that you're being very kind of Yeah, I mean, I just feel that with the Seven of Swords, you're being very wary of your actions with that Seven. You're being very careful not to show something, I think, here with the Seven of Swords energy. It will be to this Queen of Swords energy here, because your goal is to take charge. Your goal is to take the upper hand. But it almost feels like to me with that sword energy showing there, Cancerians, that you need to be very careful of how you go about this. It almost feels like you want to get the upper hand, you want to get in charge of a situation here, but you've got to be very, very careful of what you show or how you go about doing it. It's this individual here. I don't know whether somebody, I mean, she's in the upright, so she's not necessarily showing as being bad, but she can show as somebody who's calling you out on something here. It almost feels like you're being very, very, very careful in terms of how you're doing something here. I feel that you don't want someone to know what you're doing here, Cancerians. Let's have a look at what the obstacle is you have to overcome. The world energy showing up here. So the obstacle you need to overcome is the world. Well, I think that this is the world. And I think that, you know, when you get the world energy, this can definitely be something to do with the internet, or this is something to do with something being global or something being big or that type of thing. I don't know how much you can hide from this individual here. That's the only thing. Because the obstacle you need to overcome is the world energy. And I'm just wondering if the obstacle you need to overcome with that world energy is something to do with, because the world energy is accomplishment, but it's also great power with the world energy showing there. It's also something to do with something global when the world energy shows up here. Let's have a look at what you need to, and I'll clarify what that world means in a moment as well. What is it that you could be accomplishing? The Six of Coins, Six of Pentacles. So, you know, the Six of Pentacles for me, this could be financial payoff, or this could be some form of support that you're accomplishing by the end of the week. That's what the Six of Coins is. Six of Coins is often generosity, it's financial support, it's a financial gift, it's something that you're receiving. So you could be receiving something of financial value, or this could be receiving some support. This isn't always financial value. Sometimes really the ethos of the card is to receive some form of support. What is it you need to avoid? You need to avoid the Six of Wands. I think getting ahead of yourself with this Six of Wands. I think this is sort of showing off and getting ahead of yourself and being too overly confident with that Six of Wands energy here. I think you need to avoid getting too kind of big for your boots there, Cancerians, if I'm being honest. Because the Six of Wands can often be about being overly confident. You can be like, oh, yeah, I've run the race before you've even won it. You know, this is the kind of, what's the word that they use for this? I can't remember what the word is, but it's almost like saying, yes, I'm ahead. Because that's what your goal is. Your goal is to take charge. Your goal is to get the upper hand. Seven of Wands is all about getting the upper hand, and you need to avoid saying, yeah, I'm already there. I've already achieved it with the Six of Wands energy showing it. So it's kind of getting ahead of yourself and getting too overly confident about the situation. What is it that you need to embrace? The Ace of Swords energy. I feel that with the Ace of Swords is communication. The Ace of Swords is the start of a new idea. The Ace of Swords is about a plan being put into action. Okay, the Ace of Swords is also about cutting through some form of a difficulty. When you get the Ace of Swords, it's about seeing the truth. I feel that there's more to be learnt here, to be perfectly honest with you, with the Ace of Swords energy, because it almost feels like you need to avoid getting too ahead of yourself, almost saying, yeah, I've won the race, because she's won the race. So it almost feels like you need to avoid saying, yeah, I've won the race, because my goal was to get the upper hand in this situation, and I've won now. I've won this with the Six of Wands energy. And it almost feels like you need to embrace that there's more to learn here with this Ace of Swords energy. There's more to learn. You know, this is really, in a way, it just feels like in a way with the Ace of Swords, what you need to embrace is that you're not at the Six of Wands, you're at the Ace. You're really at the Ace of Blades. You're really at the start of the plan, the start of the idea. With the Ace of Swords energy, there's probably more clarification that's needed in the situation. If you need advice and support, where can you go? You can go to the Moon, somebody who can show you, or somebody who can shed some light on the situation. It's a pretty weird reading in a way, because it's hard putting it together and seeing exactly what it is. But what I feel is going on here, I'm going to clarify, actually. We're going to use the Small Handsome Roberts deck, okay, to clarify this world energy, because you need to overcome the obstacle of the world, okay? This is a big thing with the world energy. What you probably need to overcome the obstacle is that this is going to be a major accomplishment, because actually the world is a major accomplishment. So I actually feel that your goal is to get ahead. Your goal is to achieve the upper ground. to achieve the is it upper ground? I can't remember what I've just said there. The upper hand. But what you might need to understand is the obstacle you have to overcome is that this is a massive, this is a massive undertaking with that world energy. I just feel that this is a huge undertaking. Just judging by the way that the other cards look, the fact that you've got to avoid kind of saying that you've got everything in the bag, you've won the race, you actually, won the fight, whatever this is. You need to avoid doing that because really you're just at the start of this plan, Ace of Swords energy. And there's more for you to learn, more for you to find out. And this, I just feel that actually this is a huge undertaking. I actually feel that it's a huge undertaking. I mean, you could achieve receiving some support here. I just feel that you shouldn't be letting somebody know this because this is you guys showing as being not underhanded in a bad way with the Seven of Swords, but really being careful, being cautious, being quite savvy, being quite clever. And it's because there's an individual here, a King of Swords, a Queen of Swords. Do you know what I think this is? I think that this person here is about to tell you that you can't do something here, Cancerians. So rather than talking about it with this person, rather than letting this person know what your plans are, the best thing is to be a little bit under the radar with it. Be a bit quiet with it. Be a bit careful about letting this person know what your plans are. Okay, I'm going to ask why you need to kind of, why you're being cautious around this Queen of Swords. Because she's bound to kind of run on your parade with that sword energy showing there. And to be perfectly honest with you, do we need clarifiers? Because she's the type of person that's just going to tell you the honest to God truth. To be perfectly honest with you, Cancerian. She's the type of person that will go, what? You want to do this? You want to do the world? Do you know how big that undertaking actually is, Cancerians? Do you know how big that's going to be? And that's why you guys are being kind of really careful about your planning and about your strategizing in terms of a plan of action here with the Seven of Swords energy. You're going underneath the radar this week because you don't want to tell this person. The reason that for that card there, Cancerians, is this person's going to call you out. This person's going to say, well, what? You want to do this? Do you know how big that's going to be? And the universe is even saying it as well. This is a massive undertaking for some of you Cancerians. So that's why the reason why you're being so cautious, you're being so kind of under the radar, and you're being so kind of, careful about your plans, because the Seven of Swords also means to be careful and to be cautious. It means to guard yourself. And this is why you're being so guarded with that Seven of Swords, because somebody's going to call you out. She's the Queen of Swords, and she is the, she's the card of direct and honest communication. And she's going to say, what, you want to do this? Really? And that's why you're doing it, because I think that you know that this is a massive undertaking and she's going to call you out on that. Whoever this person is, they're going to say to you, Cancerians, this is a massive thing for you to do. This is massive because the world is massive. It's a huge undertaking. That's what the world energy, it's a major accomplishment. This person's probably going to say, this is a huge accomplishment for you to undertake. But your goal is to get the upper hand. And I actually feel that your goal with that Seven of Wands energy, when I think about it, Cancerians, is to prove. Because this is the card of having to prove yourself as well. So some of you guys, your goal will be to prove yourself to this individual here. All right, to prove that you can do this world energy, even though the universe is saying the obstacle is that this is a major undertaking for you. This is a major accomplishment here with the world energy showing up here, Cancerians. You are still saying to yourself, well, no, my goal is to, with this Seven of Wands energy, to get the upper hand, to prove to the Queen of Wands that I can do this thing of the world. And yeah, you might get the support that you need. It might be financial support that you need to achieve whatever this world energy is, because this is the main thing for you guys. It's all about achieving something huge, achieving a huge goal. But that's the very obstacle that you need to overcome, that within a week or maybe within a few weeks, this is too slow a time, too small a time to achieve whatever this world energy is, It's too small, okay? You're probably looking at maybe a couple of months or 3 months or so before you achieve whatever you want to achieve in this energy here, all right? Because it's saying right now this is a huge undertaking, and I think that the Queen of Swords is seeing this as well. So I'll be honest with you, I think that the universe is agreeing with this Queen of Swords. Whether you believe that or not, Cancerians, that whatever this goal is that you want to achieve within the world energy, it is still in your obstacle position, that this is a major, major undertaking with that world energy. And it may be that you don't achieve this whole thing within a week or within 2-3 weeks, okay? And I think that this person is only looking objectively, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to give you advice for your own good. All right, yeah, you might receive some help or support on your way to that world energy there with the Six of Coins energy here in the world here, but you still need to avoid thinking you've got it all in the bag. You still need to avoid saying, yeah, I've won the race, I proved Queen of Swords wrong, I accomplished the world energy, because you're really just at the start of this plan, and you need to embrace that. With the Ace of Swords, the aces are the seeds, they are the start, so you're just at the start of this plan. And if you need advice and support, go to someone who can give you some real guidance here. You probably don't want to hear it from this Queen, because you probably, I get the energy here, if I'm being honest with you, Cancerians, that some of you guys are being really, really stubborn in a matter. You probably don't want to hear that, but my readings are always very, I'm not going to tell people what they just want to hear. I'm going to tell them what I see on the cards, yeah? And I'm getting the impression that some of you guys are being really stubborn. Really, really stubborn in a matter. Okay, it's not, this person here isn't saying that you can't achieve the world. This person here isn't saying that you can't achieve the goal. But what they are saying is what? You want to achieve this in this amount of time? They're like, no way, you can't do it, because that's what she'll do. She'll tell you straight, because she's being more objective about it. But what I'm getting in these two energies here, Cancerians, is that your goal is to gain the upper hand. Seven of Wands. Now, when you get the Seven of Wands as well, this is kind of standing above others. This is kind of saying, I am in a position of power and you are not. This is kind of the card of talking down to others. This is the card that says, I am above you. Okay, I know more. You know, I've got more knowledge. I am better. I told you. I'm proving to you. That's the energy of the Seven of Wands. You can read these cards in all sorts of ways. So go with your intuition. And my intuition is telling me, Cancerians, that this is why you're being so quiet this week. This is why you're being so careful. The fact that you hide around the corner here, yeah, you want to get to the last last two swords, but you're being very careful and very strategical in terms of what you do this week. And you're being very undercover as well with that Seven of Swords energy, because I think that this person is calling you out. And I think that you're doing this because it's all about you planning a strategy in secret. And the strategy that you're planning and the end game is to achieve something that is huge here. But, you know, you've got this person here. The reason that you're doing this and being so quiet and under the radar about everything is because you've got someone here who's going to call you out for it. With the sword, she's holding the Ace of Swords. So she's going to be telling you a few home truths about whatever this plan is that you have. All right? Because the obstacle is, this is a huge undertaking for you, Cancerians. And though your goal is to really get the upper hand and say, I told you so, I told you I could do it, the universe is still saying it is still a huge undertaking, Cancerians, and probably that Queen is right. Whether it's a male or a female, friend, husband, family member, friend, whoever it is, this person is probably right, because this is such a massive thing for some of you guys to do. And yeah, you will get some support along the way towards achieving the goal of the world energy, but please avoid getting too arrogant with the Six of Wands and too overly confident and saying, yeah, I showed you so, I did it, Six of Wands energy, and embrace that you really are at the start of this plan of action here. And there's a process to this, and there's probably a lot more for you to learn with that Ace of Swords and to dissect with the Ace of Swords energy. If you need guidance, go to someone who can give you that guidance with the moons. Go to someone who can give you some real insight into the steps that really you need to take to achieve whatever that goal is. But I do feel that somebody else is in the right here, and what they're trying to tell you is that there's no way you're going to accomplish this within the time frame that you've got, and you've got to be realistic about it. Let's have a quick look at what the advice cards are. We're using the Art of Life cards shown at the beginning of the video in the intro. Universe, what is the advice you have for Cancerians on this reading? What is the advice you have for Cancerians on this reading? One card. Ace of Pentacles. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. So your wealth is the ability to fully experience life. And I feel that that Ace of Coins energy here and the saying it has on the card is about this. See, you're strategizing, you're being very careful to hide what you're doing here, because you're going to get called out for it with that Queen of Swords. And really all that Queen of Swords is trying to tell you is that this is a massive, massive thing for you to doing right now. It's too big at the moment. You're probably not going to accomplish it in the time span that you want to accomplish it in, Cancerians, okay? This is possibly, I don't see really any coins. I mean, you could receive a little bit of money, or you could get some help or support, but that's the only coin card that I really see here. But this might be to do with money. Maybe this big undertaking is all about getting some financial rewards, getting a big payback. But it does feel like it might be a little bit of a gamble, that you're trying to accomplish something to do with money within the next few weeks, and it's going to take a longer time for you to accomplish this. And I think that with the Ace of Swords saying that it's, you know, what you need to embrace, instead of kind of getting all up in your, you know, your confidence and saying, yeah, I told you, and getting too overly confident that you're going to kind of be able to prove to this person that you can accomplish this goal. The universe is saying, well, advice is, it's not just all about the money. You know, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. So fully experiencing life is really to learn. So when we fully experience life, we're really learning. We're learning from our experiences, from our life experiences. And that's what you're doing here with the Ace of Swords. Your wealth is the ability to fully experience life. So it's fully to experience with that Ace of Swords energy all the highs and lows of this process that will take you towards this goal. But it almost feels like to me, for some of you Cancerians, that what you're looking to do is go from A straight through to Z, when you've got to go from A to B to C to D to E and so on, which will come through that Ace of Swords energy. So I just feel you've got someone around you. They're not being, I wouldn't say that this person is being nasty or malicious. I'm saying that what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you see something here. They're trying to make you see something objectively and clearly, because you're looking at something in one way and thinking it's going to be really easy to achieve it with that world energy, when in fact there is a process to it and you really are at the start of that process. All right. And, you know, with the Ace of Coins being your advice for the week, wealth is the ability to fully experience life in all its forms, okay? You're going to experience the highs, you're going to experience the lows, but I actually feel that it's really trying to tell you, Cancerians, don't feel that you can start something and accomplish everything within a short amount of time, because it might be that there is a process that is needed here. Number one, it's learning and gaining clarity on what that process is going forward, okay? Because this is all about learning. And I just get the impression that some of you guys want to do something without actually knowing that you've got to learn all of the pitfalls and the setbacks first before you can achieve the success that you want, which is usually the way it is sometimes in business or whatever the situation might be. All right, guys, we're going to have a quick look at your work reading. Please bear with me. Okay, Cancerians, we're going to have a quick look at your work situation. We've got the Temperance energy. So the Temperance energy is a collaboration card often in the working environment. So some of you guys might be collaborating this week. The Seven of Swords. Somebody's refusing, I think, to collaborate, because we've got a Seven of Swords energy showing here. When you get the Seven of Swords often indicates it's ruled by Aquarius. So this is the free thinker. This is someone who likes to do things in their own way. And because the Temperance energy can be about a collaboration when it comes to work, it could be that with the Seven of Swords, someone is refusing. Someone doesn't want to collaborate in terms of work. Somebody doesn't want to work with you or work as a team. Nine of Wands. I feel that this person is very stubborn with that Nine of Wands energy. So I'm getting someone here who doesn't want to collaborate with you in terms of work. I'm getting with the Nine of Wands energy that they're probably quite stubborn with that Nine of Wands energy showing here. They've got their own vision here showing up here, because the Queen of Cups means to have a vision. So I feel that here somebody does not want to collaborate in work. I get the impression with the Nine of Wands, they're probably quite stubborn and they've got their own vision with the Queen of Cups energy. Two of Coins for how you're going to manage a project here, okay? Because the Two of Coins means to manage something. So somebody quite stubborn, they're very, somebody doesn't want to work within a group, or they don't want to collaborate with you, or they're not in agreement with you. They're not working as part of the group, basically. Very stubborn. They've got their own vision on how you manage a project or something like that with the Two of Coins in work. We've got an Emperor showing here. So the Emperors mean control. Let's have a look at the next one. The Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups means an invitation or an offer when you get the Ace of Cups energy showing up here. You got the Ten of Swords though. So The Ten of Swords, interesting card showing up for you. The Ten of Swords can mean backstabbers in a work situation. Ten of Swords can mean, I think there's a lot of pressure here. There's an overflow of pressure. I think it's coming from an Emperor showing here. So the Emperor could be the boss. The Eight of Cups is the abundance, and the Ten of Swords is mental pressure. I think there is an abundance of mental pressure here coming from a boss, coming from an Emperor, somebody who's in charge. Let's have a look. The Chariot. So Chariot is moving. Let's have a look. Chariot. Knight of Cups, following one's heart's desire, showing up here. I feel you know what, I feel that there is someone around you, and I don't feel, when I look at this, I mean, this could be your energy here, Cancerians, because the Chariot is a Cancer card, okay? So this is all about you trying to rein in someone's own, you know, that Knight of Cups energy is somebody who wants to follow their heart. And I feel that you're trying to rein in somebody's individuality here for some reason, because there's a person here who wants to follow their heart, but it might be that you're trying to rein that in a little bit with the Chariot energy. Somebody here, and this could also be someone who's not as experienced as you. So this might be someone who's not as experienced as you, to be perfectly honest with you. Because Knights, when it comes to a work reading, they're not as experienced. They're more experienced than the Page, but they're not actually at a Queen stage just yet, and they're certainly not at the King stage. I feel that this is someone who carries their own vision. I get the impression that you're kind of trying to rein in someone with their own vision here. Okay, or somebody who wants to follow their heart. And I feel that here there's an overflow of this could also be someone, the Emperor could be somebody who is very resistant as well. I actually feel with the Ace of Cups and that Ten of Swords, now I'm going to change that around, I think this is you guys here feeling like an overflow of pressure, mental pressure, from trying to rein in an individual who seems to want to follow their own direction, their own route. I'm getting somebody around you who won't work with you, okay? And I feel that this person's very stubborn with the Emperor energy. So I'm going to call this Emperor stubborn on this reading, Cancerians. What I'm getting from work this week is this. This is a collaboration with the Temperance energy. That I feel somebody is trying to avoid collaborating with you. Somebody doesn't want to work with you, Cancerians. I feel that with the Nine of Wands and the Emperor energy, both cards are indicating to me that this person is extraordinarily stubborn. And I feel that they've got their own vision on how things are probably managed. This might be a new person that's come into the team or that's working with you. Sometimes you get new people in and they think that they know everything. So this might be somebody who thinks they know everything, or somebody who thinks, yeah, I've got my own vision of how things are going to be managed. I feel, I'm not being horrible, but some of you guys are just really going to be at the end of your tether with that Ace of Cups and the Ten of Swords. I feel that you're really going to be at the end of your tether because you're trying to rein in this person's waywardness. The Knight of Cups is someone who follows their own heart. And what I'm getting here with this Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups is someone who's following their own heart. Somebody who has their own vision. The Knight of Cups means to follow your heart, and the Queen of Cups means to have probably a creative vision. And also with the Two of Coins being kind of differences, this might be something to do with creative differences as well for some of you Cancerians. So we'll do this one more time. In work, somebody is avoiding collaborating with you. I think that with the Emperor and the Nine of Wands, they are extraordinarily stubborn. I feel that they've got their own creative vision, or their own vision of how they're going to manage, the project, or how they want to manage work, that type of thing. I also feel there might be, with this Queen of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, creative differences as well in the workplace showing up here. I also feel that some of you guys are going to really find it quite tough, I'm sorry to say, with this individual, because the Ace of Cups can be like lots of tears, like an overabundance, and then you've got this Ten of Swords, a lot of pressure, overabundance of pressure, and that pressure is coming, Cancerians, because you're trying to control the wayward person of the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups has his own vision, he's following his heart, but there you are with the Chariot trying to pull them back in. You're trying to rein in someone who's got their own vision, someone who's got their own ideas with this Knight of Cups energy, and it might be pretty difficult to do that, because I just feel that this person is very much an individual here with the Seven of Swords. They've got their own ideas, they're very stubborn, and they've got their own vision. There are cards here showing somebody who is stubborn and has their own, way of doing things. They're very set in their beliefs, and that is Emperor, Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups has her own vision. Seven of Swords, ruled by Aquarius, is very thinking, and they've got their own ideas. They don't tend to work very well within teams. And the Emperor is somebody who's very stubborn as well, and they've also got their own way of doing things. They've got a set way of doing things, and this person doesn't like to do things differently from how they want to do it. So I feel with those energies they're showing us this person. So we've got stubborn energy here, stubborn energy, Nine of Wands, and somebody who's got their own vision, Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Cups as well. Okay, and you're trying to control that with this Chariot energy, and I feel that it's just bringing on a whole heap of pressure to you guys, because it just feels to me that it's going to be very difficult to control a wayward team member or somebody who has a certain way of doing things within work for some of you guys. Let's have a quick look at what your work reading is saying, what the advice is. So we're going to get the career cards out from the Astral House, and we're going to have a quick look at what the cards are saying. We're going to pull these. The only thing with these cards is that they tend to just turn around, like turn themselves upside down, and then you've got to try and turn them back around so that you don't. So let's have a look for career. Let's just turn this around. Okay, there we go. Actually, I think we might use the answer deck, come to think about it. I don't mind using this deck, but it gets a bit annoying trying to get it to do what I want it to do. So let's have a look. What's the advice for career this week for Cancerians? Right, 2 cards, as you see, check them. No, 3 came out. Right, okay. There's some anxiety for some of you guys, as I was saying. It's concerning a fair grey-haired man, somebody who's quite talented, or somebody who kind of only dances or dances to their own tune. So if you look here, it looks like music, and he looks like he's focusing on his own music, his own tune. So there might be some anxiety here over a person here who dances to their own tune, what I'm getting here. What should Cancerians do about this individual? Okay, what should Cancerians do about this individual? What should Cancerians do about this individual? 2 to 3 cards. Good news. Okay. Forgiveness. Okay. So I feel that you've just got to, be very compliant if you can. Because it's saying that you need to forgive them. Okay. You need to give them good news, and it's all about forgiveness showing up here. Okay. Okay, overflowing, the greed card. So you've just got to shower them with, I think just shower them with lots of niceness and lots of kindness, because you've got to do good news, forgiveness, and greed. But this is the overflow. It's almost like you've got to shower them with forgiveness, okay? And just kind of like be nice to them with the good news energy showing here. So I feel it's not a time to get really angry with them, because you're trying to rein them in and getting them to do things the way that you do it, Cancerians. If you can't do that, then it's not worth getting really angry. I feel that you've just got to shower them with forgiveness, and you've just got to try and steer them in the right direction by using good words, positive words, that type of thing with the good news card, okay? But I don't think that you should really start getting really angry with this individual or anything like that. It's not worth it. It's just going to put a whole heap of pressure on you with the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords. And you're already feeling that huge amount of pressure because you're trying to rein this Knight of Cups person in. They are the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Emperor, and the Seven of Swords. Those are all very tricky energies when it comes to an individual, because it shows somebody who's very stubborn with the Emperor and the Nine of Wands, and they won't shift, you see, with those cards. They're not shifting. They're also very much an individual. They like to do things in their own way with the Seven of Swords, because they're very individual as well. And also with that Queen of Cups, they've got their own vision, and they like to follow their heart with the Knight of Cups. So they're very difficult to kind of manage, this individual is. And your anxiety is going to be, this could be a fair grey-haired individual potentially, who's only focused on their own, dancing to their own tune. But you've got to kind of shower them with forgiveness and say, it's okay, don't worry about it, it's fine, let's do it this way, or, okay, that looks like a good thing to do, we could try it that way. You've got to try and be a little bit more adjustable where it comes to this individual, okay? Let's have a quick look at what your financial reading is saying, because we've got the finance cards. These are annoying cards to use in a way, because they can get, when I'm trying to shuffle them. We'll use these ones though, because I have got them out. So let's have a look at what's coming in for finances. So finances this week for Cancerians. What do you see coming in for finances for Cancerians? Show me finances for Cancerians in 3 cards. So for your finances, Cancerians, okay. Oh, how many cards have we got? Oh, wow, we've got quite a few. Okay, we've got 5 cards. So for your finances, this fair man keeps showing up again, and you had him here, didn't you? you had this person here. You had a fair man there as well. Fair grey-haired man. You got a fair man here. I don't know what that is. Interesting. But there's a fair man shows up here. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. And it does say blonde or grey hair on there as well, which is interesting. What else have we got here? So kangaroo. So unsettled times, you're going to need to plan ahead in terms of your finances. All right, valley shows up. So deep personal strength and peace that assures success though. In terms of finances, you've got the bear. So danger, especially in money matters. So there could be some problems in money matters, and I'm seeing some unsettled times showing up here. Could be something to do with a fair grey-haired man, and there could be, but however, you will have deep personal strength and peace that assures success. You've also got the bridge card, so successfully, however, this is brilliant, you will successfully overcome any financial problems showing there, Cancerians, and the bat. So take care, enemies are working against you. Interesting, few cards showed up there. Let's do wealth again. For wealth, Cancerians, we've got dealings with a fair man. I don't know whether this is someone who's working against you with the bat, all right, showing up there. We do have, though, there might be unsettled times ahead. There's a need to plan ahead in terms of your finances because there could be some danger, especially in money matters. However, you will successfully overcome this problem, and there will be deep personal strength and peace that assures success. All right, guys, bear with me. We're going to do your love reading. Okay, Cancerians, let's have a quick look for you. All right, so for love, you got Five of Cups, which indicates some deep sorrow, sadness, regret. Five of Cups energy. This could be Three of Coins energy. Three of Coins is a third party, perhaps. Three of Coins can also be within work. Three of Coins energy. You've got the Justice energy. So the Justice energy, often for me, this represents balance. So harmony and balance with the Justice energy showing here. But Justice can also be about a decision with the Justice energy showing up here. Some of you guys making a decision to walk away. So I feel that some of you guys are kind of feeling deeply sad with this Five of Cups energy. Three of Cups energy, Three of Pentacles. This could be something to do with a third party situation here. Some of you guys making a decision with the Justice energy to walk away with the Eight of Cups energy. Some of you guys trying to find a strong, stable, secure relationship. One that you can build on, one that you're going to get married, that type of thing with the Ten of Coins energy showing there. Let's have a look at the next ones. Eight of Wands. So this could be like internet dating with the Eight of Wands. This is the card about messages, communication. Some of you guys communicating with the Queen of Coins. Male or female. Doesn't mean it has to be a female if it's a woman. Can be a male with the energies of a Queen of Coins. This is just someone who's grounded, down to earth and sensible, and somebody who wants this. They want the Ten of Coins. Some of you guys communicating with the Queen of Coins showing here. But Five of Wands, there are worries and fears with the Five of Wands energy. The Sun energy. The sun can be blinding. Okay. Oh, no. I feel that because you're still in love with the King of Cups. I think you're still in love with the King of Cups. Because the Sun energy means happiness and it means love. The Sun. So, frustrated. Five of Wands energy. I see you communicating with someone here. But I feel that there's a bit of confusion. Or there's a little bit of worry here. I feel with the Sun energy, this might be hope. You're still hoping for something with another individual here. The Sun. The Sun is a good card to get. Not always, though. But it's aspected with a good card, the King of Cups energy. What I'm getting here is that some of you guys with this Five of Cups energy, I don't think this is a third party. I think this is progress. I think some of you guys are a little bit sad, a little bit kind of... what's the word, disappointed with the progress of a relationship here, this Three of Pentacles. I think you're disappointed by the progress of a relationship, because this can mean progress. So disappointed by the progress of a relationship, Cancerians. You've made a decision with the Justice energy that you're going to walk away, because what you're looking for, look where she's walking, what you're looking for, and if you look behind her, the ship is there. So it's almost like she's come off the ship has sailed. That ship has sailed for her now. So this ship has sailed for you guys. You guys disappointed by the progress of a relationship, you make a decision to walk away, because what you're trying to find with that Eight of Cups energy is a stable, secure and strong long-term relationship that turns into a long-term partnership, marriage, children, all the rest of it. I do feel that you might be communicating. This could be a past lover, a new lover, a Queen of Coins, male or female. But I feel that with the Five of Wands energy that you're very kind of anxious and worried. I get the impression that your feelings are still very much alive with that Sun energy for this King of Cups energy showing here. I also feel that you're very much hoping here for a King of Cups energy here. Also, it could be that you're disappointed. It might be involving a third party situation showing here. It could be something in work maybe. Deciding to walk away. You're looking for a long-term relationship, a stable relationship, an honest relationship. Communicating with a Queen of Coins energy here. Possibly showing anger as well. Possibly you're communicating with this person. Maybe you're angry about a person who's already got a couple of kids here, for example, because I've seen the Sun and a King show up for a man with 2 children. In one reading for a personal client, I saw the Sun, this card here, and the King of Coins, and I knew it was a black guy who had 2 children, and the client came back and confirmed, yeah, I've been seeing a black guy who's already got 2 kids, and it showed on the Sun. So I don't know whether you guys are communicating with someone here because you're angry about this person that you're with, if maybe they've got a couple of kids here showing up. Maybe they've already got a family. 10 of Coins and the King of Cups and a couple of kids. So it might be, yeah, I'm really upset because, the progress of this relationship, because there's a third party, I'm making a decision to walk away. I'm going to communicate with someone else, maybe because I'm really angry that this person I'm in love with, this King of Cups, already has a family and a couple of children, something like that with the King of Cups energy. Let's have a quick look at what love is saying. So we've got love. And let's have a look in 3. We're going to use the answer deck as well. In 3 cards, what's the advice you have for love for Cancerians? What's the advice you have for love for Cancerians? What is the advice that you have for love for Cancerians? I mean, this is definitely probably a karmic relationship because you've got this Queen of Coins and the Justice energy. This is definitely somebody. This King of Cups is definitely for you. This person is definitely for you. But I do feel that there are blockages here. Okay, and also some of you guys communicating with someone else, but there might be some conflicts or problems going on here. Maybe this person's already got a couple of kids and a husband, for example, if you're a male, or a couple of kids and a wife or something like that. What is the advice you have for Cancerians? I mean, that can be your energy though as well. The King of Cups energy here. Okay. What is the advice you have for Cancerians on this reading, please? Let's have a look. So the advice is for the week. This keeps coming up for you guys. Fair grey-haired man. Let's have a look. It needs to stop, look, and listen. So this person's stop. This person is reviewing. They're being like the Hanged Man. They're taking a step back to review the growth of the relationship. There's someone around you who's taking a step back to review the growth of the relationship showing up here. Okay. Right. They've got faith that a woman of the world, which could be you, Cancerians, is going to bring them justice. So I actually feel, when I look at this reading, Cancerians, that you guys are feeling very, because actually I think the Five of Cups is a Cancerian card, actually. I think that you're feeling very disappointed, or it might be Scorpio, I'm not sure, but you're feeling very disappointed here in the progress of a relationship, the Three of Cups. Possibly there could be a third party involved, that you make a decision to walk away with the Eight of Cups. I see you contacting someone else here, okay? But I do feel that this King of Cups here, I don't think it's you, I think it's the other person. I think it might be this fair grey-haired person here. I do feel that this person is your soulmate. But I feel that what blocks the relationship is that maybe this person has someone else. Maybe they've already got a family with the Sun and the Ten of Coins. This person could already have a family, for example. Or maybe you're talking to other people, but you're very confused because you're still in love with this individual here. You've still got hopes and dreams for this King of Cups energy here. And I think the universe is just saying, well, look, this isn't you, but this person, could be a fair grey-haired male or possibly a woman, whoever, is just taking a step back to review the growth in the relationship. So that would go along with the Three of Coins progress, what progress you guys have made. if you're the woman of the world, Cancerians, and they've still got faith that you are the woman of the world, so they're basically their soulmate, and you're the person that's going to bring them justice. You're the person who is meant for them with that justice and the woman of the world energy. So this person, I feel, is still in love with you. But I feel that if you're experiencing someone who seems to have drawn back a little bit in terms of your relationship, Cancerians, it's because they're taking a step back to review whether this is a relationship that can grow for the future. And they've still got faith that you are the one for them. So maybe you just need to give them a little bit of time, okay? All right, that's it, Cancerians. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like a private reading, you know where to go. Take care. Bye.